Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, kids, we can get started with our today's session. So does anybody remember what we saw last time? Does anybody want to do a quick recap? Varun, do you want to go ahead and get started? Then Suraj, Govinda and Manhar, you can all follow, okay? Okay, Varun, get started. Just a few description of what you understood.
It's like how Sugriva, he told Rama about that story, how Vali, how Vali he got like trapped in the cave like that, and then Rama, Rama shot Vali, and then Vali he was like, why did you shoot me? Why did you do this? And then like Rama he gave reasons why he shot Vali, because he's like an animal. He can like shoot him from the behind the back and like all that.
It's actually he was standing in front in the bushes and he shot him at the chest, not behind. Yeah, so it was, so I just wanted to clarify that. Other than that, you're perfect. Okay, do you want to add anything onto it, Suraj? Go fast, okay?
Okay. Vali also said that his son will be loyal to Sugriva. Okay, and that Sugriva could take his kingdom.
Yeah, yes. And Angada, his son Angada was going to be loyal to him. Yes, absolutely. Brilliant point. Aditya, do you remember anything from last class? Just a few things that you remember, you can just share it with the group.
Yeah, so I remember like when it was Vali was like talking about like what like
yeah, he was giving instructions to his son Angada.
Yeah, to like make sure that he does not like get into like material things and get
avoid
distracted.
excessive attachment and hatred, because both of them are going to lead to degradation. As I told you, if you have attachment, what happens? You have a fear of losing it, isn't it? If you're attached to your laptop,
when you lose something, then you're gonna start lamenting about it,
and as a result of lamentation, what happens? As a result of lamentation, you'll not be able to focus on your work, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a form of a distraction, isn't it? Hare Krishna?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And then his son should always be obedient to Sugriva. That is also another instruction he gave him. And then always act after due consideration and accept the dualities of pleasure and pain. Why you have to accept the dualities of pleasure and pain? Because they are temporary. They come from sense perceptions and they will go away. If you are going to be unhappy today at this moment, what is the guarantee that you would be unhappy tomorrow at the same time, same moment? It is not guaranteed, isn't it? Things can change. Somebody can relieve you of the anxiety or the distress. So everything is temporary. So don't be caught up on the duality and miss your ultimate goal. Okay. So those are the 3 instructions. Okay. Who wants to summarize those 3 instructions? Because it's very important. Manhar, did you want to do that? Whatever I said, do you want to summarize that 3 instructions that Vali happened to give to his son Angada?
Did you call on me?
Yes, dear. Okay, you are probably busy. Shiva, do you? Yeah.
I couldn't like hear you properly, so I increased my volume. So now I can hear you.
Okay, so what were the 3 instructions? Do you remember or no?
I think one was to be loyal to Sugriva.
Correct.
Another one was to not have hatred, I think.
Correct, hatred and attachment, yes.
And then I forgot the other one.
Third one is free from dualities, because they are temporary. You have to be free from dualities, because as you say, as Aditya said, it's going to be temporary. Okay? Do you get it, all of you? Aditya, did you also get it, baby? Sorry, did you also get it? Yeah, sounds good. So now, so Vali He has given the kingdom to Sugriva, and Rama is telling that, see, Vali has given this kingdom and you are now free to rule the kingdom, and make sure the heir apparent is Angada. Okay, the heir apparent means after him. After him, who should be the ruler? The ruler should be Angada. And Sugriva was like, because he was not able to tolerate the scene of his wife Tara lamenting so much upon the loss of Vali, and he started feeling, what am I done? I'm not able to really relish the thing that I'm going to be coronated, because really looking at the situation here, it puts me into distress. I really don't feel good about this at all. Even though I'm getting the kingdom, I should feel happy now, but I'm not feeling happy because I'm losing my brother. At the same time, to see people lamenting over the loss of him, I feel even more aggrieved. So what should I do now? I should just go to the fire and probably give up myself. Is that what I need to do? Like that, he is thinking to himself. Okay, kids, is your mind up here with me right now? Are you going to Antarctica, Africa, or South America, wherever? Please bring back your minds. If it is going somewhere now, just bring it back. Or if it is telling, oh yeah, today we have yummy prasadam, today is non-ekadasi day, and I want to eat lot of relishing stuff, and if it's waiting and craving for that, please bring it back. Okay?
Mataji, I'm here, but I'm also in the forest.
Yes, that's why I'm asking you. Oh, that you mean the background. That's so funny. All right. But bring your minds back. Okay, kids? Very important. What happens in this process is we are all getting purified. That's why I'm asking you to repeat. When you repeat, what happens? Everybody who's listening also gets purified, and you are also purified. You can say only if you listen now. If you don't listen, how will you be able to share your realizations? So, okay. Now we have to be attentive, because every 5 minutes I'll be asking questions to see if you are awake or not, or if you are in the moment. Okay. So now Rama turned to Sugriva and saying, your tears of sorrow of sufficient bereavement for the departed soul of your brother. The world is moving under the direction of eternal time. All the living entities, they make their appearance and they also depart, because you are in this material world. Everything here is temporary. And under the direction of the Supreme Lord, time never oversteps its limit. Therefore, you should not lament for something that is inevitable. So you have to continue to focus on your duty. Please, Sugriva, I know I can understand your feelings. I know, because we can't be hard-hearted now. We can't be like, see, if a loved one is gone and passed away, won't you cry for your loved one? You have to cry. Otherwise, you're hard-hearted like a stone. What is the difference between you and a stone? Why are you crying? Because you're going to miss the association with that Vaishnava or Vaishnavi. That is why you're crying. And that must be there. But eventually, time has its role and factor. Because of time, everything happens in this world. Right? Time. Because of time, you guys grow. You may be 9 now, but tomorrow you will be 10. And tomorrow you will be 9 years and 1 day old. You're not the same 9 year, right? So the time cannot stop. Time cannot be stopped. It has to move on. With time, we are going to go away from this material world. We have to pass one day. And for that, we need to tolerate whatever happens. That is why to have eternal relationship, that will be the best way, isn't it? That way you don't lose your relationship with anybody. You have that relationship eternally. For that, you have to have the relationship with Lord Krishna. That is the only eternal connection that is possible. All other connections that are there in this material world, they're all temporary. They're all going to go away one day or the other. Okay, kids. So we need to understand the factor of eternality, a factor of time, how time plays a role, how time takes away people from our lives, and how we have to tolerate to the dualities, because they are temporary. And again, we should not be hard-hearted and not have feelings for Vaishnava who has passed away, but definitely be soft-hearted and be compassionate, and let our emotions, because that is the only way we can get out of this bereavement or loss of a person who is close to you. So in this way, Ram actually pacified Sugriva, and then Sugriva, he became pacified as a result of that. With Lakshmana's help, he began to arrange for the cremation of his brother's body. And then a palanquin was brought from Kishkinda. Sugriva placed Vali's body and did all the funeral rites for him, allowing now after the cremation, the relatives brought the water from river Tungabhadra, made offerings for the departed soul of the heroic monkey king. This is what happened. Okay, they performed the funeral rites. And then now what happens? After the funeral ceremony, Hanuman requested Rama, can you come and make Sugriva put Sugriva to the throne? Is it possible for you? And then what did Rama say? Rama declined the offer and he suggested that you have to do it. I suggest you officiate Sugriva's coronation, and I also want you to have Angada be installed as the heir apparent. Since the monsoon season is nearing, it is not suitable time for Sugriva to search for Sita. All the monkey chiefs, they can all stay in Kishkinda for 4 months while Lakshmana and I pass residing in the mountain cave. When autumn arrives, we can all begin the search for Mother Sita. So Sugriva then entered Kishkinda. He was welcomed by citizens. The bathing ceremony took place there.
Wait, Mataji, Rama declined putting Sugriva as the king. Wait, then who was going to do it?
Hanuman. He said Hanuman to do it. Hanuman, you do it. Rama preferred to stay in the
Mataji.
mountain. Yeah.
But Bobby said that Angada has to become the.
No. After Sugriva, when Sugriva is no more, then Angada will take over. He's a small boy, na? Yeah. Okay. He'll become the heir apparent, and he's giving this responsibility to Hanuman. It is your responsibility to coronate Sugriva, and you're also going to make sure that Angada is becoming the heir apparent after Sugriva. And then he's saying that we will reside in the mountain caves, Lakshmana and I. And now anyways, it is monsoon season. Monsoon season means rain. At that time, it is very difficult to search for Mother Sita. Na? In the rains, it's so difficult. So he said, let's just wait for this monsoon period to get over. In the autumn period, we will all get back to search Mother Sita. Between Sugriva was coronated, he was welcomed. There was a bathing ceremony that was performed by the monkeys, including Mainda, Dvida, and Hanuman, as well as Jambavan, the king of bears. Bears. So this is what happened, kids. Are you all clear with what has happened so far? In terms of how we should actually react, and whether you should be hard-hearted, soft-hearted, why you should be hard-hearted or soft-hearted, and then what is the ultimate? You have to tolerate the dualities because time cannot be stopped by anyone. And then we understood the point that Sugriva was feeling so bad, and Rama pacified him. After that, he told him about the concept of time. And then Sugriva, after he was pacified, he then, he was kind of in a okay situation. At that time, Hanuman was asking Rama, can you please coronate Sugriva? At that time, Suraj, please unmute, dear. At that time, Hanuman was told, okay, Rama told Hanuman, you coronate him and you make him the king, and after him, Angada should be made as the heir apparent. So like that, he said, and then this is not a suitable time because it's monsoon now. We'll all search for Mother Sita in autumn, and by the time Lakshmana and I will live in the mountain caves. This is what we would do. And Vali was cremated, funeral, everything was done, and now we have Sugriva now being crowned. A bathing ceremony took place, and he had this coronation ceremony where all the monkeys were present, and he was installed on the royal throne. Yes, Suraj dear, go ahead.
Mataji, didn't Balaram kill Dvivida? So why is he here?
Yeah. This is just the monkey group. Even we have Jambavana. Everybody is here. The bears, he comes in Krishna's pastime as well. So that is
okay. Never mind.
Anyway, so let's just get on to the story now. Okay. After this, what happened? 4 months, Rama, Lakshmana dwelt within the mountain cave. Okay. 4 months, because those 4 seasons is 4 months is monsoon season. Okay. That's what they were staying in the mountain caves. Okay. And that was not a good period for them to search for Mother Sita. Intense separation from Sita. Rama could not find any pleasure in the scenic beauty whatsoever. He was unable to sleep at night because he was constantly shedding tears of anguish. Can you imagine, kids, how he was feeling? Separation from Mother Sita. And one day Rama said to Lakshmana, after evaporating water from the ocean for 9 months, the sky now sends forth heavy showers of rain. Dark clouds as large as hills range across the sky in clusters, creating mood of melancholy. The golden lightning, as it streaks inside a blackish monsoon cloud, appears like Sita in the arms of Ravana. When he looks at lightning, he is able to think, Sita is stuck with Ravana. And that is what it symbolizes for him. Everything sad, melancholy. Melancholy, what does it mean?
Are questions at the end?
No, now. In 5 minutes, I'll ask questions. Okay?
We'll
We'll have a constant question and answer session.
May I explain what melancholy is?
Melancholy, Aditya, you know, right? Sad, right? It is sad.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was sad and like kind of worried.
Worried, okay. Yeah, that's what.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the lush green grass spotted with various flowers, restless birds provides colorful dress for Mother Earth. Bees are humming, frogs are croaking and rumbling, and they provide musical accompaniment. Surely Sugriva is able to enjoy all this, for his objective has been fulfilled. Sugriva there, he's seeing all these climatic moods and he's enjoying, having a good time, dancing around and having fun in his life. But without Sita in the river bank, that erodes. Without Sita, Rama was not able to have this kind of enjoyment, because he everything remains of Mother Sita. He could not sleep, he could not do anything because tears were shedding from his eyes, and totally very, very badly he was in the mood of separation from Mother Sita. Lakshmana would try to encourage Rama, pointing out the purpose of a grieving man was never fulfilled. Of course, Lakshmana every time pacified Rama because he was not able to see Rama in such a situation. If your mother is crying, or if your father is lamenting, or if your son is lamenting, then would you not have some courtesy to console them? Would you be laughing at them when they are in distress? No, na. If you're laughing, that means you're completely worse than even a hard-hearted person, because you don't have emotions, you don't have feelings for the other person. How can Krishna like such a person? When somebody is in distress or somebody is in lamentation, we should at least inquire what is going on with you. Can I be of help? Can I be of assistance to you? How can I help you? Please don't lament. Things of that nature has to be communicated. Then only a person becomes from a hard-hearted, he can turn into a soft-hearted person. If you don't have these emotions, then there is no difference between you and a stone, isn't it? Yes or no? Are you different? You're different from a stone, na? Then you have to show emotions. Okay. That is what Lakshmana is trying to do here. He's trying to pacify Rama, saying, oh, Rama, don't please lament. Nothing is going to happen with you lamenting like this. The purpose of a grieving man is never fulfilled. Regardless, the dark skies, the frequent rains that nourished the tropical jungle only intensified Rama's longing for Sita. Whenever there was this downpour, he was able to, so much feelings of separation was going into his heart, and it was so difficult for him to get out of that feeling. Rama assumed that when he had helped Sugriva to regain his kingdom, Sugriva would remember his obligation to assist him find Sita. But when autumn arrived, the skies became clear. Sugriva did not come forward to meet Rama. Can you believe this, kids? There is a transition that is happening here. Sugriva was supposed to help Rama after what season? After the monsoon season is complete. But here, Sugriva is not able to help Rama. He couldn't, this monsoon season got over. The skies became clear now. It is a good time to search for Mother Sita. But we don't see Sugriva at all into picture now. Very important. After this, there will be question and answer sessions. Very important. Please listen, kids.
What happened to Sugriva?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sugriva did not come forward to meet Rama. Having achieved his goal, now without cause of fear, Sugriva began to spend his time completely absorbed in the enjoyment. See, enjoyment of young women, especially his wife Ruma and newly acquired Tara. So he started to enjoy. See, enjoyment it can come in any form, right? And now autumn season has come. Autumn season is more suitable for enjoyment because the sky is clear. There is so much that you can do to enjoy when the sun is round. So he started to enjoy. He has his wife Tara. He has his newly accompanied lady, that is Tara, and Ruma, his wife, is there, and a lot of young women around. So he completely forgot about his duty. See how in happiness can be a distraction, extreme happiness. This is what happens. Extreme lamentation and extreme happiness can lead you to distraction. It will make you forget your ultimate goal, your duty. This is what is happening to. This is what is happening to who? This is what is happening to Sugriva. Very important question I will ask you. What does extreme happiness and extreme suffering lead to? And what is the consequence of that? Are you clear with that? If not, I will repeat now. Okay, Shiva says yes. Manhar says yes. What about others? Akshara, do you have a question? Why does extreme sorrow and extreme suffering, what does it lead to and what does it make you forget? Okay, this will be the question. Okay, anyway, so what happened now? Sugriva, he started to enjoy and have fun, and then he neglected to fulfill his obligation of managing the state administration. Okay, and this is the context and the situation. Now is the time for question and answers. Okay, so let's get into a question and answer session, and then we will see how it goes. Okay, okay. So what about dualities? Why we shouldn't be too much carried away by dualities? Shiva, go ahead, dear.
You'll forget about your duties?
Because you will forget about your duties. That is why you should not be worried about happiness and distress and be carried away by it, because extreme happiness and extreme suffering can make you forget your ultimate goal or your prescribed duty. Very good point, Shiva. Very, very attentive listening. What about attachment? Why should not you be attached to something? Suraj.
Because when you don't have that thing or you lose that thing,
Correct.
After getting attached to it, you feel extremely upset, and
Correct.
or you feel extremely happy when you get it back, and
Wonderful.
You're unaware of your jobs.
Wonderful, wonderful. No, see, attachment, if you attach to something, there's a fear of losing it. So when you fear of losing it, then you lament, and lamentation will not make you do your prescribed duty. That is the cycle. Okay, good job. Very good point, Suraj. Very, very attentive listening. Okay, so the next question is, okay, Aditya, what was the promise that Sugriva made to Rama, and did he commit to his promise?
So the promise was basically that he would, once the monsoon season was over, after 6 months in the autumn, he would begin his search for Sita and help Rama with that. And then Rama said, okay, so him and Lakshmana stayed in the mountain cave. And Sugriva, after that, he started just enjoying, and he forgot about the duty that he had to commit to.
Okay, so what was Sugriva enjoying? I mean, what was he up to? Manhar, go ahead.
Like he was enjoying his wife Roma and his newly acquired wife Tara and some other young woman.
Correct, correct. So, and then what happens as a result of it, Manhar? What happened as a result of it?
He got distracted from his duty of finding.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so, okay, let's go further. The others who didn't get a chance will get chance in the next 5 minutes. Okay, be alert. All right, so let's move on. When Hanuman saw how Sugriva had become slave to sensuality and thereby become negligent to his duties, he approached the king and advised, "You must keep up your promise. You have fulfilled something. You have to fulfill your promise to Rama. What are you doing? Only out of respect to you, Rama has not personally come here. However, you must remember that only because of his grace, you are now prospering. Don't you have this gratitude? Sometimes we don't have gratitude in our lives. Have you noticed it? We have sun, we have moon, we have so much a house to live. We have our parents, we have attachment and love coming from them. You're being fed 3 times a day, and still we are annoyed. Oh, yeah, are you making this for dinner or that for dinner? We are so grateful that we should be grateful that we are having a meal given by Krishna. Due to his mercy, we are able to have. So when we develop that attitude, feeling of gratitude, then your life will be peaceful. If not, we'll not be happy. This is what is the point. If you're not grateful to what we have and start complaining about each and every little thing that the life offers to you, then you will not be happy. When you're not happy, what happens? You're in anxiety. Is it good for you and your body? No. If you're constantly in fear, anxiety, all this is going to create some sort of, some sort of health issues. It is not going to be good for you. And if you have health issues, then you can't do service to Lord Krishna. So eventually, or you can even not perform your material duties like your school and all that. You can't, because you're in constant agitation and anxiety. That is why you should always be happy and peaceful. And for that, you should be satisfied and be grateful. Okay, kids, this is an important question I'll be asking you. What is the consequence of being in anxiety and fearfulness? And what is the solution for it? And what is a practical example that you can think of to substantiate that point? Okay, this is one question for sure I'll ask. Any questions there before we move on to the next concept? Are you all clear, kids, on that point? Okay, Shiva says yes. How about others? Hope everybody is okay with it. Okay, I'm moving on just because you have given me the assurance, okay? All right, if not, please inquire with me. I will repeat it for you if you didn't understand anything. But this concept is very, very, very important, okay? All right. So now what is going on? So Rama, he didn't come here. Why? Because he personally has respect for you. That is why he didn't come to bother you. But you must be grateful to him, na? Because of you and him only you are prospering like this. And how can you be not grateful to him? Please, it is now time for you to summon more than 10 million monkeys under your command and begin search out for Sita. Mother Sita, if you just go all out, take all the monkeys and just go in the flee of searching for Mother Sita. Hanuman's speech momentarily brought Sugriva back to his senses. Yes, I will do it. Sugriva then called Nila and ordered, my proclamation be broadcast to all the monkey warriors. All must proceed here for within 15 days or else they will face death sentence. All the monkeys must summon here in 15 days. If not, the punishment is death sentence. Giving this command, Sugriva returned to his inner apartments. The beauty of the atom only heightened Rama's anguish in separation from Sita. When he could understand Sugriva was simply wallowing in the life of sensuality, Rama became more depressed. Already this season is troubling him and the feelings of separation are haunting him. And now looking at Sugriva not taking any action, it's making him more depressed. Okay, kids. Lakshmana also became despondent from witnessing Rama's grief and tried his best to cheer him up. See how much he's trying. When somebody at your home is feeling that lamentation, if you are going to not have any feelings for them and be indifferent towards them and not question them, okay, mom, dad, what's going on? Why are you sad? What is happening? Can I be of help to relieve you from pain? Can I do some help to you? Can I do this? Can I take care of this? When you are going to support them at the time of need, that attachment will grow. Okay, kids, we should always be satisfied, grateful, be attached, be loving. These are all the ways through which you can be happy. When you have a happy, satisfied body, there will be no health disorders. And otherwise, it will make you feel agitated and you may die faster, isn't it? Because you are ruining your health. That's not a good idea. I mean, and not dying in the sense, you just will have so many health issues because of your constant anxiety and fear and things of that nature. Okay, anyways, So this is the point. So Lakshmana is trying to cheer him up. Yeah, Rama, come on, Rama, it's okay. You know, we will try to find him. We'll try to find Mother Sita. Don't lament, please. That's not going to lead you anywhere. So many things he's saying, but still Rama could not. Rama decided. After this paragraph, we will take questions. Now that autumn has arrived, the ground is dry and firm. Air is crisp and cool. This is a perfect time to initiate a military campaign. Unfortunately, this Sugriva is not seen. It appears he has forgotten all of his duty, being absorbed in the pleasure of association with women, opposite sex. Therefore, Lakshmana, I want you to go to Kishkinda, admonish Sugriva in my name, saying, O king of monkeys, one who acts like is the most vile of persons. I am astonished that you are not afraid of neglecting Rama, the slayer of your elder brother. I hereby warn you, if you neglect your promise to help find Sita, he will personally come to Kishkinda and kill you along with your relatives. So this is what Lakshmana was going to come and tell to Sugriva. Because Sugriva did not act yet. He has seen the sky is clear. So if the military people, all of them come together, then they can all strategize the plan and start finding Mother Sita. Isn't it? The time, every minute is being calculated here by Rama, because every moment he is in distress, he is in feelings of separation. So each and every moment is so valuable for him. At this point, if Sugriva is going on enjoying in the association of women and not worried about his duty or promise, how will Rama feel? That's why he's asking Lakshmana, you go and tell him this is what is the case. Ask him to perform his duties. Ask him to be a more responsible man. If not, Ram will personally come and kill you and your relatives. So you go and tell him this. Then he'll understand the seriousness of this matter. Like that, Rama actually told Lakshmana. So now the question comes. Okay, first question, Varun, what about a hard-hearted and a soft-hearted person? How can you turn one way? I mean, how can you have that feeling of soft-heartedness, and give a practical example for this?
So soft-hearted, hard-hearted is when you like don't have a heart, and like you don't even ask if somebody is like sad or something. You don't even ask them like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? Or something. You don't even ask what's happening. And then soft-hearted is when you do those things, and then you like ask what's happening with them and like that. And an example is when like somebody you see is like sad and like in a bad mood. When you're being hard-hearted, you just leave them and like laugh at them. And then if you're soft-hearted, then you would ask them like, what's happening? Like, are you okay? Like that.
So how can you develop this feelings of satisfaction and gratefulness into your heart? That is the next question. Maybe you are okay. Good. Varun, good job. I'll ask the next question to Nihal. How can you develop this attitude of being grateful and being satisfied in your heart?
Because he has when you fulfill his desires, then he's going to have more.
Yeah, that's when greed comes into play. Yes, but so when how can you be satisfied and not be in anxiety or fear at any point in time? Very good point that you brought up, Nigal. Did you want to add, or can I ask somebody else?
No, I'm puzzled.
Okay, Mihika, do you know the answer, dear?
Mataji, can you repeat the question? Your voice got off.
Oh, okay. So what is the, how can you be grateful and be satisfied all the time? Like, when does that come?
So basically, I think how you can be grateful and satisfied all the time would be like when you think that like Krishna is your father and he gives you all the strength and power to do everything. So basically, you would think that okay, like then you would be grateful and satisfied. Sorry, you would be grateful to Krishna that he gives all of it, and whatever you get, as if you treat him as your father, then you're going to be satisfied.
Okay, good point. Additional point that I want to add here is, see, we are having so many things. We have sun, moon. Every time when we are seeing this, we have to be grateful, of course, to Krishna, and he's the maintainer, he's the protector, he's our supreme father. And then you also are getting so much attachment from your family, so much love and affection from your family. We are getting 3 meals every day. So we have to be grateful now. Instead, if we are trying to be angry or not satisfied with what God has given us, that means we will never be happy. And that never happy state or anxiety state or fearful state will put you to health issues. And that is why and when you have health issues, you can't do service to Lord Krishna. This is why we need to have that constant reminder to be grateful, to be satisfied. Okay. You can never be unsatisfied. Why? You are given everything now. What else do you need? You have so many people don't even have their basic needs. So we have to feel grateful to Lord Krishna, grateful to our Vaishnava parents, grateful for everything that we have been given in this world. Mihika, did you get it, dear? Mihika, did you get it? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, I got it.
Okay. All right. I just, okay. Kushi, are you there, dear? Okay. Govinda, are you there? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Govinda, you have to tell me what did Ram tell Lakshmana to do? Go and do.
Mataji, you tell all the monkeys to just need to come in 15 days.
You didn't. 15 days. Sugriva wanted everybody to summon, and
Yeah.
otherwise, because of Hanuman's advice. Hanuman happened to point out his mistake. You're not doing, dear. Go ahead and start doing your duty. Are you not grateful to what Ram has done for you? You should act for him. Only because of him, you're now prosperous, right? So, Manhar, continue, dear.
So then Rama told Lakshmana to tell Sugriva that if he does not come help him with all the monkeys, then he will kill him and his relatives.
Correct. He's going to kill him and his relatives. This is what is the scenario. Aditya, just you want to summarize the whole thing that has happened so far, just a little bit here and there, some important points.
Like in this part?
No, the entire scenario starting from Lakshmana, Rama lamenting, seeing all the autumn skies and lightning. He was able to remember separation from Mother Sita. Just a few.
Yeah,
things.
and like every moment he was feeling separation from Sita, and like he's also being reminded that Sugriva is not doing anything either. And he sends he asks Hanuman to tell them to tell Sugriva to do this thing. Then Sugriva finally realizes that, and then
no, he didn't tell Hanuman. Hanuman himself remains Sugriva. He's telling only Lakshmana to go now.
Yeah, so Lakshmana goes and tells Sugriva that in 15 days, if you don't come, Rama will personally come and kill you. And you're not being grateful for what he's done. He's killed your brother. And yeah, that's basically.
Very good, very good. So because we have to have this feeling of gratefulness and satisfaction, and not be in the anger mode or fearful mood or anxiety mode, because that is going to put your life into stress, and that is going to affect your performing your duty. Therefore, we should always be calm and cool, not get agitated easily, not get angered easily, not get frustrated easily, not lose hope. Okay. Because Krishna is there always for us, trying to maintain us, trying to protect us, and trying to help us in so many other ways. Okay, kids? Very, very good points, all of you all. Let's get started with our next section. Okay, we'll probably continue for another 10 minutes. So just 10 minutes of attention. Nihal, are you there, dear?
Yes.
Okay, good. 10 more minutes, Nihal. Okay, focus.
Okay.
Everybody has to focus, just not Nihal only. I'm just, because I couldn't see Nihal, I just got it. Okay, so now let's see what happens after this. Okay, so now Rama exhibited his anger born of intense transcendental frustration. It is not, anger is usually in the mode of passion, but when Ram gets angry, looking at the situation when Mother Sita is not there, Sugriva is enjoying, he's not angry in the mode of passion. Modes don't affect Lord. It is transcendental frustration. Okay, kids? This you will understand as you develop spiritual maturity. You may not be able to understand, but to the point, you at least should understand Lord is not affected by modes, but we are. Okay, we get angry means that is due to passion. It is not due to transcendental frustration. All right. So this is what we need to understand. At least at this point, if you can understand this, that would be great. Lakshmana also became incited with rage. Picking up his bow, Lakshmana declared, if that rascal Sugriva does not jump to execute your command, then I shall kill him this very day. That's what I will do. This is out of service attitude, Lakshmana is saying. Lakshmana is the true servant of the Lord. Can you imagine somebody not sleeping through the nights just to watch if Rama is safe all through the night, not being attacked by anyone? Can you imagine the service attitude? Never, isn't it? Never can we imagine this kind of service attitude that was portrayed by Lakshman. Lakshman was able to depict this throughout his Leela. And he's always like this. He's Balaram, right? In Krishna avatar, he is Balaram. And he is Lakshman in this avatar and of Ram. His service attitude is, there's so much to learn from him. And he takes it so personal, as if he is in such sort of emotion. He looks at the emotion that Ram has, as if he has that. That is how he's able to inculcate that mood. And he's saying, Ram, you know what? If this guy doesn't execute your command today, I'm going to kill him this very minute. That is for the sake of Lord. And this anger is also transcendental, isn't it? Because you're doing this for the Lord. Okay, that is the difference. And these people are not affected by the modes. They're all beyond the modes. They're all transcendental people. And the anger that is born out is genuine transcendental frustration. As Lakshmana quickly departed, Rama tried to restrain his brother's anger. First, speak to Sugriva in a conciliatory tone. For sure, that is going to be enough to bring him to senses, Rama said. See, don't, just don't get angry at him immediately. Just talk to him in a conciliatory way. And then that is going to be enough to make him get back to his senses. That is good enough. See, whenever a child makes mistake, mom tells, oh, please do, please do. If he doesn't do it, then she gets frustrated and then she says, oh, please, can you do it? Then she raises her tone. She does something else. But she tries her best possible means. Oh, you practice this, you practice that. When the kid is not doing all that practices, then the mother has to eventually get angry at him, shout at him to get the job done. So, but first, initially she tries all, but they don't utilize it, isn't it? Some people, they don't utilize it. Only when you're hard with them, they try to act upon it. So we should try as much as possible when parents are telling, okay, do it, immediately do it. It's again for the betterment of you. If they're asking you to practice some devotional song or something or whatever it is good for you eventually. In the mood of great indignation, Lakshmana entered Kishkinta, a beautiful city built within the large cave. As he rushed like a mad elephant towards Sugriva's palace, Lakshmana knocked down the trees that stood in the path, crushed all the trees that were standing before him. When the many fierce monkeys guarding the palace entrance saw Lakshmana approach, his lips trembling in rage, they began gathering weapons by uprooting large trees and tearing down the mountain peaks. When Lakshmana saw the monkey guards arming themselves in this way, he became ferocious that the monkey guards became panic-stricken and fearfully ran. When he saw that the monkey guards were trying to attack him and injure him, he, made sure that they all ran out in fear, because Lakshmana is a powerful person. Sugriva's minister rushed to Sugriva to inform him Lakshmana's arrival in a very angry mood, because he's uprooting all the trees in front of him. He's coming with rage and fierce emotions he is showing. And these monkeys, they went and reported this to Sugriva. He's coming in a very angry mood. Be alert, Sugriva, like that. Sugriva was, however, fully absorbed with Tara and did not pay much attention to his ministers. Can you believe this, kids? He was kind of deviated completely. Can you all understand how we can lose focus? If your parent is saying, say, for example, do chanting, but you neglect, okay? You neglect to do their things. Eventually, one day, you will forget about the Lord, isn't it? And when Krishna is there, suffering is sure. Wherever there is no Krishna, there is darkness. Wherever there is Krishna, whenever there is Krishna, there is light. You want to be in the light or in the darkness? Darkness represents suffering.
Light.
And your parents don't want you to be suffering. That is why they say chant, do the devotional activities that you are required to perform so that you are in connection with Krishna, and Krishna will protect you. Even if distress comes, it's not that for a devotee, distress won't come. Distress will come, but Krishna will guide you. Krishna will give you points and take care, how to take care of yourself, how to protect yourself during that situation. Won't your parents want you to be protected? Tell me. Your parents want you to be protected or not? If you're attending to this Ramayan session, your parents will be happy because you're learning something about Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, how his emotions are, what are things that you can learn from this pastime. They'll be so happy because they are hoping that you would implement this in your lives eventually. And this is going to be good for you. Otherwise, this world is full of dualities. How can you tackle? One day there will be happiness, another day there will be sadness. If you're completely tortured by both these dualities on and on, how can you focus and perform your prescribed duties? How can you go back to Godhead where there is eternal happiness? You can't, na? That is why every session, whenever parents are saying, please attend, please listen to them. Please follow their instructions. Sometimes we just have to do it as a duty. Even though we don't like it, we do it as a duty. Okay, kids? Very important point. I want somebody to explain this point. Okay. What did I tell now? Why it's important? Yes, Varun, go ahead.
Basically, what you have to do is that you have to listen to your parents, because first they're gonna be like, okay, they're gonna like ask you to do the thing, and then slowly, if you don't do the thing, then they're gonna shout at you and then become mad at you because you need the thing to be done, and because you need the thing to be done, and it's very important to listen to the parents because they told us to attend this Ramayan class, and it's really good. It's good for us because now we know what to do and we won't get distracted, and we shouldn't get distracted by the dualities.
Correct. We should not. We learn so many things through this lesson. How to be grateful, how to be satisfied, how to perform your duty without distraction. So many things we learn now through the pastimes of Ram. That is why Ram and Krishna, all the incarnations of the Lord, they teach us so much lessons that we can follow and apply in our everyday life. Again, it is for the betterment of you. That is right, Varun. Absolutely right. And now we can see Lakshmana, very, very angry. He's crushing all the trees and getting to Sugriva, and these monkeys, they became so fired up, and they said, oh my God, Sugriva, please. Lakshmana is here. He's coming in a very angry mood. At that time, what is Sugriva doing? He's completely enjoying with Tara. Can you believe? He's not at all worried. Saying, go away, like that. This was this position. Then, as the ministers ordered the monkeys to arm themselves in preparation for the battle, the enraged Lakshmana met Angada and told him to inform Sugriva of his arrival. At that point, Angada went to Sugriva's chamber, clasping his uncle's feet, informed him of Lakshmana's presence. However, Sugriva had fallen asleep in a drunken state and failed to rise. Can you believe? Only when numerous monkeys began to clamor loudly around Sugriva, he finally did rise. As Sugriva opened the bloodshot eyes, his ministers informed him, Lakshmana is now waiting outside of the palace gates in a highly agitated state. We urge you to go out immediately, offer obeisances and submit to him. Pray this will appease his anger. So what happened was, when Angada happened to meet Lakshmana, and Lakshmana told Angada, go and inform this guy Sugriva that I have come here. And then Angada goes to his chambers, pleads in his feet, please, can you take care of, can you come outside? We have Lakshmana waiting for you. And that time, Lakshmana, he was in a very drunken state, and then immediately he fell asleep also because of that drunken state. He could not understand what was going on. When you're drunk, what happens is your complete consciousness goes away. You don't even, you're not even aware of the environment. That is why Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada actually prohibited us from drinking. Okay, it's intoxicating. You forget who you are. So we don't want to be in such a state where we forget who we are. So Sugriva was in such a state that he forgot himself and he was completely deluded. And then all these monkeys, they have to loudly wake him up, loudly clamor to wake him up. And then he finally woke up. At that time, Lakshmi, so the ministers are informing this guy, Lakshmana, he's waiting for you outside. Please go and pacify him and fall at his feet, pay obeisances to him. Otherwise, it's going to become a big issue. That is the only way you can appease him. Are you clear, kids? So far, what is the situation? Are you clear? Shiva, what happened here? What happened now?
That Lakshmana was crushing all the trees and was running running so mad, and he came in the castle and ordered Angara to tell Sugriva that he was waiting out of the castle, and when he came, he tried to tell, but he was in a drunken state and he fell asleep, and all of the monkeys should claim it to wake up him, and he said that Lakshmana was really angry and you have to go to him and do what he says.
Wonderful, dear, wonderful. Okay, so now we have 2 more minutes, last paragraph, and then we will end our session for today, okay? Having finally realized the gravity of the situation, Sugriva hastily roused from his bed, wondering why Lakshmana would be angry with him. He's wondering, why will Lakshmana be angry at him? Hanuman then reminded Sugriva. Hanuman is a beautiful minister, isn't it? How nice. One should be fortunate to have somebody like Hanuman. O king, due to becoming absorbed in your sense gratification, you have not even noticed that the time has passed. What is this, king? Autumn has long since arrived, yet you have neglected to fulfill your promise to help Sita find Rama, his wife, beloved wife Sita. Lakshmana has now come here to remind you. Do your duty. I suggest you approach him with folded hands and hope that somehow you could appease him. This is folded hands. When you are going to fold your hands, it's showing a respect. So, showing respect and surrender to that person. You have to do this because you have completely forgotten your duty because of sense gratification. Autumn is there now. The skies are clear. You should have long time performed your duty of finding out Mother Sita. But Sugriva, O king, you have not done that yet. This is what is Hanuman saying to who? Lakshmana. Hanuman saying to Sugriva. On Sugriva's order, Angada escorted Lakshmana into the palace. All the monkeys who previously had taken up weapons now stood with folded hands to greet Lakshmana. When Lakshmana came into the inner apartments of Sugriva's palace, he could hear the voices of women singing with musical instruments mixed with jingling sound of their ornaments. Indeed, upon seeing the young, beautiful women, Lakshmana became ashamed. He never sees, he wants to avoid such sort of things. He doesn't like to be polluted in this type of environment. You understand? When you go to, say, for example, on an Ekadasi, we don't want to go to a restaurant or we don't want to go to any kind of places that is going to actually tempt us to do something. And Lakshmana, he's not used to all these things. He's shunning away. He feels so ashamed to even see these things. Like ladies all around playing musical instruments, their sounds of the ankle bells. All this is creating some talk, he's not at all interested. He became ashamed, and due to his vow to shun the company of others' wives, he never sees anybody. Even Sita Mata, he never sees her. He says, only because I pay obeisances to her lotus feet, I only see her lotus feet, but other than that, I don't even look at Mother Sita. How can he look at other women? He doesn't want to. He wants to. Never he's able to look at them face to face. That is how. What do you call it? That is his nature. exalted nature, exalted, right? He doesn't want to, he wants to shun the company of others' wives. Although he restrained himself from entering, Lakshmana announced his arrival by twanging his mighty bow. Sugriva trembled upon hearing that sound and told Tara, I wonder why Lakshmana is angry. I think it would be better for you to go out first and try to appease him. He's telling Tara because Tara is sitting on his side. He's enjoying with her. And then he's telling her, why is this Lakshmana angry? I don't know. Maybe you have to go and talk to him and find out why he's angry and try to appease him or try to pacify him. Tara came before Lakshmana, her dress loosened and her eyes rolled from intoxication. She also was completely intoxicated. Lakshmana's anger subsided and he humbly looked down towards her feet out of respect. Tara then inquired, my dear prince, why are you angry with Sugriva? So now Tara is coming. He didn't look at Tara also. He just go. He never looks at other women. Nah? He just looks at her feet and that's about it. And Tara then inquired, why are you angry with Sugriva? Can you please tell me? Lakshmana sharply replied, your husband has neglected his obligation to Rama, preferring instead to pass his days in his inner apartments, dealing with women. That is why I'm angry. He forgot to perform his duty and he's just enjoying with the women here. And that is the reason why I'm angry at him. Tara then pleaded Lakshmana, you must forgive Sugriva. He has lost his good intelligence because of the lust. Because lust means what? You enjoy for yourself. That is lust. When we are in lust, we forget about others' needs. When somebody is asking you to do something, you'll say, no, I'm not doing. Why are you asking me to do? Don't you have any other work? Please mind your own business. I'm not going to listen to you. All this is why? Because you're absorbed in your own thing. You're gratifying your senses in your own way. And when you have this mentality, you don't want to listen to others. Okay, kids? This is why, this is the implication of lust. Even great rishis sometimes hanker for sense gratification. What to speak of fickle-minded monkeys? Monkeys are so restless, na? How can you expect some sort of discipline from them? That's what is being told here. Please don't think that Sugriva has forgotten his obligation to Rama. This is all told by Tara, by the way. He has already called millions of monkeys to assemble here to begin the search for Mother Sita. Please come and talk to Sugriva himself. Like that, Tara concluded her speech to Lakshmana. So what did Tara say? Can somebody say just the conclusion part? What did Tara say? Mihika, can you go ahead? Okay, I don't hear. Who wants to? Okay, Govinda, do you want to say what did Tara say? You're on mute, dear.
What Tara want to say to
Lakshmana.
Lakshmana, that the Dawn forgave him because he has much lust, but he actually have his monkeys looking for Sita Devi.
Yeah. So he's ordered all the monkeys to look for his mother. He wanted to begin the search for because he asked everybody to assemble at a particular place, na? So they will all come to a particular place and then he'll give instructions as to how to take care of Mother Sita. Okay, so anything else that you want to say? Are you all clear, kids? What has happened so far? Can somebody remember and tell me what happened next week? I mean, what we discussed this week should be recapped next week. Would you all be in a position to say that? Yes? Aditya, Varun, Akshara, Kushi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll all be in a position to say. Okay, so we will pay our humble obeisances and end the class today. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and Srimad Ramayan ki jai. Hare Krishna.